Jeff and I believe that it's important for the future to be a spacefaring civilization.
Hola guys, and welcome back to our channel. Not gonna lie, but the world seems to be going from bad to worse, with a number of problems that keep arising and not getting the same volume of solutions in return. This has become quite problematic as no one is taking responsibility for fixing it. Though the world may not have any superheroes with superpowers, we do have two gentlemen who are quite determined on making things right for our future. Yes, we are indeed talking about Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos. Grab on your popcorn boxes as we jump right into the video comparing Musk's SpaceX with Bezos' Blue Origin to see who has the odds rooting in their favor. SpaceX was founded by Elon Musk in 2002, 2 years after Jeff Bezos started his company Blue Origin. Though both of the companies are aerospace companies, both of them are built on solving a similar problem using different approaches. While Elon is focusing on continuing human life on Mars, Bezos is busy trying to create floating space stations that would exist for the purpose of being inhabited by humans and other life forms. Many times, people compare these two engineers and entrepreneurs to the story of the hare and the tortoise, claiming the hare to be Elon while Bezos to be the tortoise. We all know how that story plays out at the end of it. But hey, they're just at the trial and error phase, and it will take quite some time to be sure who is more successful than the other. Before we are the judge of that competition, let us indulge in great detail on what each of these companies is doing and what problems are they actually targeting. What are Elon's plans with SpaceX? Let's be honest here. Elon is solving a multitude of problems here with him trying to look into sustainable sources of energy with SolarCity to a sustainable electric car production with Tesla. The man has his hands full. Elon is known to spend his Mondays and Fridays working on this company whose major goal is to launch humans onto Mars and to colonize it in time. Elon's logic behind why this must be done includes him transporting human civilization to Mars to salvage the developments we have made so far on Earth, as well as to prevent our species from going extinct before the onset of the Third World War. On the other hand, what are Bezos' plans for Blue Origin? Bezos, on the other hand, doesn't believe the Earth will perish but due to our changing lifestyles, the Earth will run out of energy, especially due to overpopulation. Such a situation will result in us struggling for rations, basically making Earth the real-life version of the reality show Survival of the Fittest. But the solution Bezos has come up with isn't at all similar to Elon Musk's Mars missions. In fact, it involves building up space cities or floating space stations in space, where life would be created on them, with an array of these built in the vast expanse of the endless space. Sending rockets into space is an expensive affair. How are both companies dealing with reducing the cost? The most expensive part of launching rockets is the rocket itself. The parts of the rockets do not come cheap. Both companies are looking into recovering their rockets, or at least parts of the rockets back. To make the understanding of what we just stated simpler, a rocket has 4 distinguished parts, which includes the first stage or the booster, the interstage, the second stage, and the payload. As far as both companies are concerned, SpaceX has shown great results towards this approach. In 2015, the Falcon 9, which is the rocket used for Mars mission, was able to bring its boosters back to Earth, which was such a huge milestone that SpaceX touched. Starship is SpaceX's recent endeavor, which aims to make the rocket entirely reusable so as to cost cut as well as to carry people to and fro celestial bodies. Did you know about Mr. Musk's yacht, Mr. Steven? No, Mr. Steven is not an employee at SpaceX, but the name of a yacht that is set out at sea to catch parts of the rockets that SpaceX launches in order to reuse those parts. How smart is that? The Blue Origin hasn't launched any rockets into space yet. They are currently working on New Glenn, which is said to have a reusable booster, which is expected to be launched in 2021. This is expected to be much larger than Falcon 9. Now, who is leading considering the current day's progress? SpaceX has covered way larger strides as opposed to Blue Origin. While Blue Origin hasn't sent even a single rocket into space, SpaceX is the first private establishment that has sent its rockets carrying 2 astronauts to the International Space Station and has been docked there. SpaceX SN10 Starship, which was running its test trials in the first week of March 2021, was a bit disappointing as it exploded, but hey, failure is a stepping stone to success. even with Blue Origin lagging behind comparatively. Are you aware of their suborbital experiment plans? If not, watch ahead to find out more. Based on whatever has been said, one company seems to clearly have better technology and implementation strategies, while the other seems to be having better funding options. Now for a big question, what matters more, technology or funding? Jeff Bezos is the richest man in the world, giving Blue Origin a better funding scheme. He funds his program by selling off a small percentage of Amazon shares and donates it to Blue Origin. For instance, his recent investment involves him funding Blue Origin with a massive $3.1 billion, which he received on selling 1.8% of his shares. On the other hand, we cannot say the same about SpaceX, as they have been on the verge of bankruptcy until a knight in the shiny armor that goes by the name of NASA chose to bail them out of it. I think it's safe enough to say that Elon has endured a lot to make his dream come true. You would be fascinated on how much his wealth he has given to fund his projects and get it sanctioned. Elon made $180 million from his PayPal endeavors, which he used to invest in SpaceX and Tesla. Even with that amount, SpaceX and its missions were at a dark place in 2008. In a span of 3 days, the company went from being underfunded to signing a $1.6 billion contract with NASA, along with being blessed with an increase in funds by the Tesla investors. So yes, Blue Origin seems to be playing it slow and safe, while Musk is considering time as the essence and launching his products at a faster rate, encompassing a lot of failures. SpaceX may have results showing now, but funding too is highly important, especially when you are a part of such an expensive industry. What are some funding projects that both Bezos and Elon have been involved into funding their ultimate goals? Let's start with Elon first. The man does not have one company, but 5 companies, Tesla being a major one. All of these companies generate revenue, which he puts in as funding towards his various SpaceX projects. But even that isn't enough to salvage them from bankruptcy at times. Due to this reason, the man is trying to increase his funding by gaining success at his Starlink missions, which are set to generate him incomes that are going to be huge. His Starlink missions so far have been quite successful, and within a decade, we can anticipate seeing its functioning in full throttle. Apart from that, Tesla with its electric cars generates a huge amount to its SpaceX projects, as the man has worked so hard on Tesla, making it one of the prime funding sources for SpaceX. Now on to Blue Origin. They may have not sent a rocket or spaceship into outer space yet, but as we mentioned earlier, their goal is quite different. They don't wish to inhabit another planet, but make outer space their home. Due to this, their missions entail quite a different journey. Funding for the company from Amazon has seemed to work in their favor for now, but can't say the same in the near future. For that purpose, they have indulged themselves in the Artemis program, in which the first woman and second man will be sent to set foot on the moon. This is expected to take place in 2024. Remember the suborbital missions of Blue Origin that we mentioned earlier? Bezos wishes to make the success of that into a part of new field of tourism known as space tourism. This will also allow people to go into space and view the Earth from the atmosphere. The New Shepard program, which is what it is called, is set to generate a massive amount of funding for the company. Blue Origin follows the motto Gradatim Ferocitor, a Latin phrase that translates to a step-by-step ferocious approach, which is probably why they are laying low for now, but will provide us with a massive surprise when we least expect it. SpaceX has a pretty straightforward motto which states to launch, land, and relaunch. Such a simple motto, yet so powerful in its own way. Now, which of these 2 billionaires will be the first to boost us into space? First, it's unclear at this point, as they both are equally strong contenders. So let us not pit these 2 masterminds against each other and wait it out. We guess only time will tell who makes it out of this and who doesn't. But in complete honesty, if both do make it out alive, the world would have been said to have 2 of the biggest assets in the world to make this world a better place, as well as to stop our species from going extinct from the current destructive state it is in. It would be really great if we get to witness Mars missions and live in space colonies as fast as we can, as that is truly a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity no one should miss. With that, we shall end this video. Hope you had immense fun with us today, because we sure did. Do us a solid and tap the like and subscribe button. Do push the bell icon to get notified every time we post up some awesome content. Bye guys, and see you real soon.